welcome to HITC Sport. Right, this is an almost near impossible task I'm setting myself. Clearly, I can barely predict the Premier League table 9 months in advance. Now I'm gonna do it for 5 years down the line. Yep, the 2024-25 season, providing the Earth hasn't been hit by an asteroid or swallowed by a Dell, it will kick off and let's just see how I think the table is gonna line out. Christ, this is gonna be tough. Oh yeah, by the way lads, trying to hit 400k subscribers by Christmas, a crazy ask. But hey, with your help, who knows, lads? So hey, don't forget, if you want to help that cause and help a practical homeless man out for Christmas, hit that subscribe button, you absolute legends. Alright, let's crack on with this. 20th Sunderland. Don't worry lads, I haven't just drank a bowl full of sulfuric acid, alright? But I do think Sunderland will be back in the Premier League within 5 years. Now you might think I've just had a fall or just temporarily donated chunks of my brain to human research. But no, alright, I'm not just some failed walking lobotomy. I hand on heart believe that Sunderland AFC will be back in the Premier League by 2024. The club is like a human cockroach. Despite everything you fling at it, multiple relegations, jailed wingers Paul McShane, midfielders driving into lampposts, fans using their stadium as an actual toilet, a distinct lack of dentists in the area. Despite everything, the club still manages to survive. Yeah, my prediction by 2024-25, they'll be back in the top flight, giving the likes of Duncan Watmore ample opportunity to spend another 9 months proving to every man, woman and child that he's about as much a Premier League footballer as I am a Chinese schoolgirl. 19th West Brom. Just like Sunderland, West Brom is the very definition of a yo-yo club. They've been relegated 5 times since the turn of the century, and that was less than 2 decades ago. Inside the next 5 years, they'll probably get relegated twice. This will be one of them. No doubt sacking someone like Dean Smith by Christmas and choosing to drag in Michael Appleton as an interim coach, which is like the captain of a flagship, suffering a stroke halfway across the Atlantic, and so just handing the wheel to a drunken cat. 18th Charlton. Yeah, why not? Alright, why not give Charlton something? Christ, well, they've suffered enough in the last 15 years. I realise I'm predicting yet another relegation, but I'm guessing most Charlton fans would probably sell their left kidney for this reality. Doesn't matter if they set a record low points total. It doesn't matter if they chuck a team of badgers out onto the pitch. Doesn't matter if they turn the Valley into a nice bed and breakfast. As long as they're back in the Premier League, that is all they care about. Christ, it's been so long. Most of the long-suffering fans packed into that stadium would probably drown their firstborn in a bowl of porridge. Anything to get them back into that promised land. So yeah, why not? 2024-25, you'll be back. Only to then get relegated straight away. But no, of course, Lee Boyer won't still be your manager. I'm guessing it'll be, why not old boy Scott Parker? 17th Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace fans, hold your ammunition, alright? Let's be honest, take Wilfred Zaha out of your team and you're gonna be like a fat toddler being born, holding onto the vaginal canals for dear life. That reference didn't really work, did it? But you get the point. So considering your best player is on his way out and your manager is practically a geriatric, no disrespect Roy, alright, but at the age of 70 you were sticking Harry Kane on corner kicks. By the age of 77 you probably won't even know what day of the week it is. I'm predicting Palace's manager will be Dougie Friedman, which is almost as bad as sticking a live grenade in your oven. 16th Middlesbrough. Things don't look too good for Middlesbrough right now, do they? Jonathan Woodgate is doing his level best to burn the foundations of that club from the inside out. So predicting them to be in the Premier League, let alone staying up, it's about as likely as me waking up to Jessica Alba tickling my feet. But still, alright, let's just rewind 5 years, shall we? Leicester spent that year stuck to the foot of the league. Wolves were halfway down the championship. Things change, alright? So providing Woodgate gets the chop and they actually hire an actual football manager with a working brain, dump the likes of Paddy McNair and the lump of human pig flesh that is Ashley Fletcher, they can get back up there. And without boring the fans into a semi-coma. 15th Leicester. This is lunacy, alright? Leicester fans are going to want to burn my tin shack into rubble, aren't they? But lads, there is a reasoning behind my madness. A lot changes in 5 years. Look where you were in 2015. Here's a list of key players who 100%, hand on heart, definitely won't still be at Leicester by then. Whether because of age or a bigger club sniffing around. Kasper Schmeichel, Johnny Evans, Calgary Soyuncu, Ben Chilwell, James Maddison, Yuri Tielemans, Jamie Vardy. That is the spine of the goddamn team. Yeah, you might still have Ayotte Perez and Harvey Barnes, but your key players will be off, I guarantee it. Not to mention Brendan Rodgers. Considering this man has gone through 6 clubs in the last decade, if you honestly think he's preparing to spend 5 years of his life at Leicester City, you have clearly been drinking too much shoe polish. Just like he's proved at Watford, Swansea and Celtic, he'll be off to a bigger job, or a bigger payday to the likes of Arsenal, leaving you forced to hire the likes of Denny Cowley, Gary Monk, or God help us all, Wes Morgan. 14th Burnley. Burnley are the new Stoke, aren't they? Just some mid-table plotters with no real aspiration of European football. Just happy to sit in comfortable mid-table silence until the end of time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ambition comes at a price. Like when Tony Pulis was dragged out of a comfortable 13th place because the Stoke fans wanted prettier football. 6 years later, they're on the verge of League One. Yeah, bet you'd take a few ugly Roy Delap throw-ins now, wouldn't you? Burnley and Sean Dyche are a match made in heaven. And he's one of the few men left in football to actually survive a relegation without being handed his P45. Yeah, why not? 5 years later, he'll probably still be at Turf Moor, still handing out starts to Jeff Hendrick and still trying to clear the golf ball out of his goddamn throat. 13th West Ham. I'm surprised at myself that I haven't sent his West Ham to the drop. With these lads in charge, that club always seems like 2 bad decisions away from implosion. So what the hell, yeah, I'll still predict them to be in the top flight by 2025. Managed by Eddie Howe, a man who by then will be 46 years old and probably still getting ID'd at the goddamn bar. 12th Wolves. I realise that this new and improved Wolves era could just be another flash in the pan. We've seen this before with Portsmouth, Fulham, Middlesbrough and Swansea. All strong, encouraging couple of seasons that yielded trophies and Europa League finals, only for them to quickly fade away into nothing. But provided Wolves learn from these mistakes and don't go into financial meltdown or hire Gareth Southgate, they should be alright. 11th Leeds. Leeds are back! By 2025 it will be over 20 years since they last dropped out of the Premier League. Surely by then, they will be back. It's unheard of that they won't. I mean, for Christ's sake, they were Champions League semi-finalists in 2001. It would be like Spurs getting relegated in 2 years and failing to return until 2040. I mean, just no. Come on lads, these fans have suffered enough, surely. Surely they will get promoted soon and almost fight their way back into the top half. That is the least these poor bedraggled fans deserve. 10th QPR. Yeah, sometimes there's just ones that just don't make sense. Lads, 5 years ago Stoke were 9th in the league. Southampton were just 10 points off the top 4. Liverpool were nearly 30 off top spot. Leicester were just 3 points above Sunderland. In the space of half a decade, things can change drastically. So now, I can't provide any rhyme or reason for QPR being 10th. Could you find one for a Liverpool side getting beaten up 6-1 at Stoke, going on to win the Champions League? Could you provide an explanation for Danny Simpson having more medals than Harry Kane? No? Okay, well sometimes these things just happen. So yeah, I'm predicting QPR to finish 10th. It sounds like the ramblings of a borderline insane man. But hey, 5 years ago, Mo Salah was sitting on the Chelsea bench. 5 years is a long, long time. 9th, Newcastle. Surely Mike Ashley will have left Newcastle by then. Surely he won't be into his 18th year. Oh, Christ lads, 18 years of Mike Ashley. That is an entire adult person. That is almost too depressing a concept to envision. 18 years, no. Surely he'll have been bought out, surely. 18 years of supporting Newcastle under that man's regime. I'd sooner help Susan Boyle take a bath. That just sounds hideous. So come on, Geordies. Just try to imagine that in 5 years you'll be in the top half under a new, vibrant, exciting owner with ambitious plans that extend further than chucking another Sports Direct logo on your stadium. See how why not? Alright, 9th in the league, the long staff still at the club, Alan Shearer part of the background staff, with someone ambitious like Giovanni Van Bronckhorst at the helm. 8th, Aston Villa. Aston Villa are a big club, and I think they're going to bounce back from a turbulent few years, and before long will have re-established themselves as a comfortable mid-table top-flight team. They have a nice core of youth coming through. Dean Smith is building something, and by 2025, yeah, they'll probably have lost Jack Grealish, John McGinn, and probably Tyrone Mings, but I think they'll still be alright. After all, they've still got Russian Hepburn Murphy. 7th, Tottenham. Spurs manager 2025 will be Nuno Espirito Santo, alright? See? Sounds about right. Listen, I do think the Jose Mourinho era will be a success. There'll be top 4 finishes, a couple of trophies, and he'll walk away with his head held high at the end of the 22-23 season. With his work in England finally completed, that arc of his career finally done after nearly 20 years, before moving on into international football with Portugal. Cue a mass exodus of talent, slipping back down into mid-table, and so yeah, by 2025 I'm saying 7th. 6th, Everton. Surely Everton have to get their act together by then. You chuck enough money at something and eventually it will stick. This will be Farhad Moshiri's 9th season at the club. Surely by then they'll have managed to mould into something of a top 6 side by then. They'll have a new stadium. I'm predicting they'll have gone for a big managerial name like a 64-year-old Rafa Benitez. Stranger things have happened. And they'll have their squad packed with the likes of Wilfred Zaha, Ross Barkley and Ben Chilwell. Yeah, why not? 6th. 5th, Arsenal. Same old Arsenal. 5 years later, finishing outside the top 4. God knows what state that club will be in. And as for the fan base, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them by then had actually morphed into a pack of actual hyenas. My prediction is Brendan Rodgers will be the manager, which Arsenal fans will only be delighted about.
I don't want this Brendan Rodgers or Eddie Howe crap. It's no good getting Brendan Rodgers.
They still won't have mastered the art of defending on the road, and yeah, we'll probably still be paying Callum Chambers a wage. 4th, Liverpool. Don't attack me, Liverpool fans, alright? I'm still gonna give you top 4, but you will know how you're not in a title race. There is a method to my madness, alright? Yes, Liverpool have some exciting youngsters coming through. That is why I'm still predicting top 4. But your current starting 11, only one is under the age of 25. The rest will all be in their 30s, and most likely no longer good enough. If you don't believe me, look at the time Brendan Rodgers almost won the league. Only Jordan Henderson remains from that team. Jurgen Klopp has already spoken about taking a break after Liverpool. His contract runs out in 2022. So not only will you need a new manager, you'll need to rebuild an aging team. Here's my tip, alright? Win a league title now in the brief window you have under Klopp, because lads, it'll soon be back to the drawing board with Stevie G. Third, Man United. Let's be real here, lads. I'm no Manchester United fan, alright? I grew up in a nation full of them, but let's be honest, this club is not going to stay down in the dumps forever. I'm not saying Man United will have won the league by 2025, but they'll be back in the top 4 at a minimum. You don't have that much wealth, those amount of resources, and not get back there at an absolute minimum. When you're able to spend 80 million quid on a square-headed centre-back, you just know they have enough to be able to turn this around sooner or later. Providing Manchester United are sensible, spend wisely, and don't give the job to Ryan Giggs, then they should be fine. My prediction, 3rd in the league, Didier Deschamps in charge, and a squad littered with the likes of Marcus Rashford, James Maddison, and Jadon Sancho, why not? 2nd, Man City. Providing Sheikh Mansour doesn't do what Declan Rice's dad should have done and pull out, then Man City should still be up there challenging in 5 years. But it'll be a City team on par with Roberto Mancini's and Manuel Pellegrini's, alright? It's not going to be this megalith beast that Pep has created. By 2025, he won't be in Manchester, neither will Sterling, neither will Aguero, neither will Sané. De Bruyne will be 33 years of age. They probably still won't have sorted out their defence. They'll have someone like Mikel Arteta in charge, Phil Foden as captain, and yeah, 2nd on 80-something points. It sounds underwhelming, City fans, doesn't it? Offer them this in 2007 and they'd have ripped your arm clean off its socket. First, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea back on top. What's my reasoning for this? Right, well, let's just ignore the fact that Chelsea have the best academy in the country, will we? They've won 7 of the last 10 FA Youth Cups, and now they finally stopped getting rid of their talent. These lads, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Fikayo Tomori, will be in their prime. Managers don't usually last 5 to 6 years at the club, but if anyone's going to do it, it will be Frank Lampard. Where else is he going to go? So yeah, why not? 1st in the league, doing it the very un-Chelsea way. Believing in youth and not sacking the manager. Alright, that's the end of the video, lads. Let me know, have I got this completely arseways? Most likely, but yeah, let me know in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.